Brian and the girls are busy working on the ranch today, so I'll be up at camp making Cowboy Chili Mac and Cheese for lunch. This recipe is easy to make and always a crowd pleaser. But first, I've got to check in on things in town at Five Mary's Burger House. This is Five Mary's Burger House. We bought the Old Town Bar. We brought it back to life with Five Mary's whiskey, our Five Mary's wines, and we serve Five Mary's burgers here to our local community and to visitors who come from all over to experience a little bit of the Five Mary's magic. So it was a funny story. When we looked at this bar, we thought, well, we're not really sure that we want to commit to this, but the owner's great-grandfather was Brian's great-grandfather's brother. They had both emigrated from this small town in Ireland, and it kind of put us in this position of saying this opportunity is staring us in the face, and we might have to buy the bar and bring it back to life. So we're glad we did. Most people who come to Five Mary's love to experience a sidecar while they're here. It's a really refreshing cocktail with the lemon juice, the bourbon, a little bit of simple syrup. Always good. The Burger House, we're pretty proud of our menu. We serve only Five Mary's meats in our burgers. They're double patty burgers. They're kind of famous around here. People love them. This is the Cowboy Blues, which is one of our best sellers. This is our Cowboy Chili Mac. It's a delicious combo of mac and cheese and chili, little greens on top. This one is hard to beat. You might need a nap after you eat it. We've got a great staff who help us come up with some new meals as the seasons change. So if you come to Five Mary's, you're really in for a treat. I've been working at the Burger House today, and the girls and Brian have had a long day on the ranch. So I'm gonna make some Cowboy Chili Mac up here at camp. I'm gonna add some oil first and warm that in my heavy-bottomed Dutch oven here. I love this turmeric stove pan. I think it might be my favorite color. And to that, I'm gonna add some diced onion, red and green peppers. And I'm just gonna stir these in the oil until they soften and add a little bit of salt. This is a really versatile recipe. You can make ahead, leave in the fridge, warm up again whenever you need it. But it'll stay just simmering on the stove for a while until everybody comes in ready to eat. I'm gonna add my ground beef. A little Five Mary's spice rub. It's usually what I season my ground beef with for almost any recipe. And we're just gonna mix this up until it browns. This is our ground beef. We feel like this is the standout in all of the Five Mary's meats. It's dry aged, and good ground beef is something that doesn't need a lot of seasoning and really elevates any meal you're cooking with. But it's pretty versatile. You can use whatever meats you have on hand. The idea is just to combine those two comfort foods, mac and cheese and the chili. We've got our meat nicely browned, and I'm gonna add all these amazing spices. So we have some chili powder here. I wanna make sure you got lots of chili powder. Some garlic salt, some garlic powder, cumin, a little coriander. Then we've got some paprika, and finally some cayenne pepper. I'll add a little more salt to this, a little bit of pepper. Stir all these spices together and kind of coat all your ground beef. And then we're gonna add some diced tomatoes and some tomato puree. You can use crushed tomatoes, diced tomatoes, and we're gonna add the beans. These are pinto beans, but you can use any types of beans in this chili. And I'm gonna add a cup of water, and that is going to combine this chili and allow it to simmer over medium-low heat for about an hour. We're making the homemade mac and cheese with a white cheddar and some elbow noodles. It's a very classic homemade mac and cheese recipe. We're gonna start by melting our butter in a hot pan, heavy bottomed cast iron here. And as the butter melts down, I'm just gonna add a little flour, a little bit at a time, and blend this together like a roux. You want to keep stirring and not add it all at once. Once your butter and flour are nicely combined, we're going to whisk in the milk a little at a time and making sure that it's well combined as you add all of the milk in here. And once that's all combined, we're going to let it simmer for about 2 minutes on medium heat. You can stir it or leave it alone, but just make sure you keep an eye on it because you don't want this to burn. Our roux has been simmering here. The milk is nice and warm, so we're ready to add our cheese. This is a shredded white cheddar. I always love to shred my own cheese. It kind of gives you a little extra yumminess, whatever you're making. And just mix this in. The cheese should melt pretty quickly if the temperature of your milk is warm enough. And we're gonna whisk this around until it's really nice and creamy and you know all of that cheese is melted. We're gonna add some salt and pepper. Fresh ground pepper is great if you have it. A little bit of salt. Maybe a little more salt. Stir that, and we are going to add our elbow noodles right in here. So I had these cooking earlier. You're gonna wanna stir to get these all combined and cover those noodles with this yummy white cheddar, creamy, cheesy sauce. We're gonna combine the chili and the mac for the chili mac. So I've got a nice wide casserole dish here. I'm gonna put all this mac and cheese in here. And then I'm gonna spoon over some of this delicious chili. And before you bake it, you can add a little cheese on top. I'm gonna put a little extra shredded cheddar on here, make the top nice and bubbly when this comes out of the oven. And I'm gonna bake it at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. This will be beautiful when it comes out. All right, girls, I got a little extra mac and cheese over here if anybody wants some. Your favorite. You want some? Here, help yourself. And there's some chili too if anybody wants some.
Is it good? It's good.
Look at that bubbly deliciousness. We are ready for some chili mac. I let the chili mac cool a little bit before I serve it because these kids are gonna dig in, but I think it's ready. Girls, you wanna come get some lunch? Tessa, you're gonna get to go first, the youngest first, huh? There you go.
Thank you.
Mace, how hungry are you?
More.
Double scoop?
No, yeah. That's
Scoop and a half?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. JJ, how hungry are you? One big scoop? I'm gonna get a scoop and a half. What do you guys think?
Great.
Hey,
Good.
did you finish up?
Good.
You want some chili mac?
Bring it on.
It's delicious.
Fantastic.
Like you say, that's living.
That's living right there.
For the full Cowboy Chili Mac recipe, check out the description below. Guys, if you could choose, would you have the mac or the chili?
Mac.
What about you? Let us know in the comments.
Wow.
Good, huh?
Good.
Looking for more great ground beef recipes? Check out our burger bar episode.